This video is being made on Easter, April the 5th, 2026. And I am having some nudges and information that's coming to me internally, intuitively, maybe from my soul, maybe from my higher self, the Holy Spirit. But it's upsetting me a little bit today. It's been nudging in for the last 3 days, and it's around me feeling a strong nudge to distance myself from someone that I care very much about. And it's bringing up quite a bit of emotions. And this did start 2 days ago. Today's the third day, like I said. And so I tell myself, and I ask for guidance from my spirit guides, trying to sort out, is this around the feelings that are coming up, the emotions that are coming up, are they more around old feelings that I've suppressed, and now this is an opportunity to let them move through me, be transmuted and alchemized? And in part, in part they are. And at the same time, I had to be mindful of not getting pulled into the emotion and just continuing to spiral down deeper and deeper in the heartbreak of distancing myself from this person that I love very much, who's been a part of my life for a couple decades at least. And so, yeah, it's bringing up a lot of emotion, but I want to look at it the very healthy way. And I don't want to positivify, if that's a word. I don't want to be so positive that I spiritually bypass the feeling that needs to be felt and looked at. And it did feel like 2 days ago when I had the emotion, when it first started coming up, that was obvious to me that it was in part some old suppressed feelings. And I could feel it. I knew that the way it happened in the situation, and something happened. I was out and about, and something happened that triggered it. And it seems almost like it doesn't make sense if you're being logical about it. It doesn't make sense for me to feel that way in that moment. That's another reason that I identified it as old emotions that had been suppressed. And the other thing that confirmed it was the tightness in my throat. That's a big signal for me. So feel it in your body. Where can you feel that emotion in your body? And the third thing that made me recognize very clearly that it was suppressed emotions was the fact that I was kind of sort of in a public place, and it wasn't convenient for me to have a meltdown at that moment, but it was uncontrollable. I could not hold it back anymore. It came. And so I did the best I could just to move through it, allow it, breathe through it. And it was intense. So Some of it continued yesterday, and it wasn't as, I didn't feel those three things necessarily, but it's like in contemplating what needs to happen, the distancing of myself from this other person, it's like I'm processing what I am identifying as heartbreak, because it's really sad to me. I'm going to miss this person, and I do worry about this person. And so another thing that came up yesterday was, am I carrying this person's childhood pain? So I've been sort of exploring that avenue of the whole scenario. And then that brings me to today. I woke up feeling pretty good. I didn't really have any dreams that I remember upon waking or anything like that. But this is how things come up. These are things that our soul or our higher self puts into our path, drops into our lap, because it's time to be looked at, processed, moved through, all those healing things. So everything is there for us. Everything happens for us. And then again, I was doing okay. And then after I ran some errands and just got back a few minutes ago, or about an hour ago, I brought my daughter some food from a restaurant that I know that she likes while I was in town. And without her asking for it, she didn't expect it. She didn't say anything about it beforehand, but I just did it. And so I was sitting in the chair, just again, still in deep contemplation about, what's been going on inside of me for the last 3 days. And after she gets her, food, and she came back out in the hallway, and she said, "Mom, I feel like I don't tell you enough. I love you." And I said, "Oh, okay. I love you too." Pretty much like that. And then what I started getting, my guides were like, "Tina, what are you doing?" So what I was doing was, in my mind, I said, okay. In one moment, early moment of that, I was wondering if that was a manipulation so that I would do that again. Okay, I'll be the first one to say that I spent decades living in a distorted mind, a distorted way of thinking. But that is, in truth, the first thing that I was considering in that moment when she offered that to me, that she loved me. And then so I kind of talked to spirit, and they were like, no, it wasn't manipulation, Tina. I often wonder about that. Do they have an ulterior motive? And I used to more than I do now. But I resorted to that. Maybe it was because I was in this energy that I'm in for the last 3 days. When we're under stress, our best is less. That's one of my little cliches or mantras. And so they said, no, she wasn't trying to manipulate you. And then I got to thinking, or they put it in my thoughts, helped me realize that I am in the middle. I am in the process now for a couple, 3 months of learning to be in receivership, learning how to be open to connection, learning how to receive love instead of just always giving it. And this is a hard one for me, being on the receiving end of things and allowing it, as you see, this one little scenario led to all of this contemplation. And I realized I was not, that was true love being offered to me, kindness and love being offered to me, and I was not receiving it. So that made me emotional. In a good way, I was happy that I made that realization, and I have been working on it. I've been infusing my water with being in receivership of love, and it's helping, but it's a process, as everything is with healing childhood trauma. And I do want to be able to make connections, and receive the kindness that people are authentically offering from their hearts. And I noticed yesterday that a new friend that I email with, I felt strongly that I wanted to share something with them yesterday. And I did. And that is another big step for me. So I'm coming along in this receivership thing. I'm coming along and I'm getting emotional. Just me being able to open up and say, I was feeling this today, and sharing it with someone that I have come to trust, and that I feel like we have something in common, and that I'm confessing that I do want to have spiritual friends, and I want to have, also I feel a calling to move into a sisterhood with other spiritual and like-minded people. And so these are big steps for me. So I was sitting out in my sanctuary, my front porch, on the porch swing, and it's beautiful today. Sunny and 75, and a good breeze. And I was sitting with my dog, Blaze. She's a pug. But everybody thinks she's a boy. She's a black pug instead of the fawn colored. And everyone thinks she's a boy dog. And so sometimes my daughter and I joke around and we call her Blase, so that people will know. I have a little tip there that it's a female and not a boy. But she was sitting with me on the porch swing, women's best friend. And yeah, when I did get emotional sitting on the porch swing, that's what she does. She'll sit up and just sit right in front of me and look at me. And that's her way of saying, Grandma, are you okay? And I'm here for you. So, but then it's funny because when I go to like get close to her, hug her and hold her and kiss her on the head, she pulls away. That's just how she is. But I can still feel her energy. I can still feel her love and her caring. And anyway, sitting on the porch swing, I thought, I need to share this. And in the moment, I knew that it was going to bring some tears out. And I'm like, that's okay, Tina. It's okay to show the world that we cry, we have pain, we have things that need to be released. And every tear is an alchemization of stress, old pain, new pain, or recent pain. a release of suffering. And I do feel a little bit lighter at the moment, having done this, having gotten up here. So thank you for being here. And I want to say to this community that I really am grateful for all of you. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. If you watched the whole video or part of it, whatever, it's up to you. But thank you. And I am grateful to have this door, this window, this opportunity to be able to express and to be able to learn to connect for the first time in a very, very long time. It only gets better. A lot of days can still feel hard, but every time we heal a little bit, even a little bit, it just gets better from there. And I got a little bit of tightness in my throat at this moment. So much love to all of you. And we love you. We see you. We honor you and we trust you. We know that you are doing the very best that you can in every moment with what you know, with what you have experienced, with what you have carried. Blessed be. Talk to you next time.